All right. So this is a dry run to see how everything works out. Shalom, shalom. Pray that all be blessed and all is well with you. So we want to go over Bereshit, Book of Genesis. We're just going to do day one today. And because of how I want to do it, I want to just do it one day at a time because it's going to be too long if we do it all 6 or 5 or 7 days, if you want to call it that. So we're going to read and just point a couple things out in the Hebrew language, right? So as you can see on the screen, Genesis chapter 1, starting at verse 1, we all know it. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, right? So let me get the next verse up. So this is all new. So we want to read verse 1 in the Hebrew language, right? And Hebrew is read from your right to your left. Let me just show you on this screen here. So starting from your right, let me try to zoom in a little bit more. Maybe you can see it. All right, cool. Starting from your right, Bereshit, bara, Elohim. So this is a word that's been translated to God, Elohim. If you come here in Blue Letter Bible, which is a very good place to be, let me try to play the word. I'm not sure if you were able to hear that. As I said, I'm working on this platform. It's brand new to me. So he would have said Elohim, right? And that's the Strong's number. So where am I? I'm on the blueletterbible.org website. Very good website where they show you the Hebrew language for the Bible. And it shows you the word here, Elohim is inflected, and that's the root word, Elohim, and then that's the Strong's number. Okay. Then it shows you what it translated to in English, which is God, and show you the language, which is Hebrew or Hebrew. Okay. Then it has a code. You can go look that up and see what that means. Then again, it's going to do another breakdown. Shows you the word, then it shows you that it's a noun, and that's the type is common. That's the gender is masculine because Hebrew deals with gender. You got masculine, feminine, and you have what do you call it? Well, you don't have neuter, but you have masculine and feminine, and plus you got the collective, right? Words that are both can be used for both masculine and feminine, such as ani or anachnu, ani which means I, anachnu which means we, right? Then we have the plural. So we have the plural for this word. So one might think, why doesn't it say in the beginning, gods created the heaven and the earth? That's a long story. You have something called a majestic plural. I don't want to get into that all right now. Um, and then it shows that it is in the absolute form, not the constructive form. Okay, so this is a very beautiful website to use. I use it all the time. You can use this website. You can also use Bible Hub. Right? A lot of people don't know Bible Hub is very powerful. Bible Hub is very, very good. Right? Very, 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 very good to use Bible Hub, and it's a little bit different from using Blue Letter Bible. Right? You're not able to just click on stuff and see it show up right there. You'd have to go and search for it using different options. I don't want to get into it either. But as I said, we're going to be reading from your right to your left and on the screen. Bereshit bara Elohim eight Hashamayim or eight Haaretz. So I want to point out the definite article because I find that that is very important that you know when you're dealing with the word the or when you're not dealing with the word the. Sometimes when it's translated into English, sometimes they would add words like the articles like the, and sometimes they will add article like a or an, depending, right? An. And when it comes to a, you don't really have a word for a, right? Or an. It's just implied. Just the same way you don't have a word for off. But off is a little bit different because at least off, when it comes to a word like the word off, yeah, right? Or Yahweh, or the word of God. Um, you wouldn't see the bar and then you would see Elohim, right? You might see Divrei Elohim, and the Divrei would mean that it is inflected, right? And it's in a construct state. So when you put two nouns together and you want to show a relation, right? This one is related to this one, you form something called a construct chain, right? And that's how you get words like off, right? But I don't want to get into off. I don't want to get into but and ands. These are important. I really want to talk about the definite article because it is very important when it comes to reading certain passages, right? So the definite article, how do you spot the definite article? Well, first thing you're looking for is the hey, okay? Let me see if I can bring something else up here. First thing you're looking for is hey. So if you want to say book, the word for book, not sure if you can see my screen. Let me try to zoom it up here. Word for book is sefer, right? And you should have been able to hear that, I hope. Sefer. So if you say, like you're telling to somebody, pass me that book on the table, right? Shulchan. So it could be any book that's on that table, right? But if you're telling somebody pass that specific book, like the book, then you'd have to write the hey in definite article in front of it, right? Which is this first letter here, the hey. You have to put that in front of it for you to be specific, like you're talking about a specific book. Okay, this is going to be very important with your learning of Hebrew, Ivrit. Okay, where am I? Where do I want to be? I want to be back in. Oh, give me a second. I want to be back in. Oh, I think I went from here, and that's why. That's probably why. Yeah, that's why. All right, we're back. You wanna be able to can trust me. You're gonna want to be able to can spot this. Hey, okay. So it shows up in different forms, different ways, depending on which letter it's going to be prefixed to. Okay. If it's going to be prefixed to what we call a guttural, there's four guttural and one semi-guttural, right? We got the aleph as a guttural, which is this letter here, this first letter here. That's called an aleph. That's a guttural. Okay. If the hey is attached to any of the four gutturals, it's gonna have like a compensatory lengthening. You're gonna have like a comma underneath it as opposed to a patak. Come to class if you want to know what those are. Okay. Basically, what that is that little T looking nickel dot underneath the hey. Okay. That's gonna make you know it's saying the whatever this word is. Okay. So basically, when we click on it, notice how when they're doing the parsing, notice how Blue Letter got rid of the definite article and show you the word itself, right? So the word itself would be Eretz, which is the word for earth. Okay. So Eretz is the word for earth, or it could be the word for land, right? We know earth and land are the same thing, right? Um, but not ground. Adama would be more like ground. Anyway, so notice how it gets rid of it. And the Blue Letter Bible is very good to use because it does that a lot. It gets rid of prefix and suffix and try to show you, get down to the root of the word. All right, the Shoresh. So I can talk about the definite object marker 8 maybe another time. But this hey here, where you have the hey and you have the patak, and then next to it you have a dot that is in this letter. All right, let me show you this letter. This is called a sheen. Let me show you. Here we have the sheen. Notice that there is no dot in the middle of this sheen here. There's no dot there. There's a reason why there's a dot in the other one. There's a dot here in this other one because, all right, and so I might have to come back to this, guys. My family's awake. I didn't anticipate that they would be. Shalom, Boketo. I didn't anticipate they would be up so early. So um, I'm just testing out this platform as well, too, by the way. So yeah, it's looking so far so good. So I will definitely be back to um finish going through this. I will just go to day one, right? Bereshit, chapter one, um, which would be from verse 1 to verse 5. That's where you find the first day being created. And let me know how this platform is working, if the music was too loud, if I'm clear enough, if the audio is good, if the video quality is good, and changing screen if it's been done smoothly. All right, until next time, Later out. Shalom, shalom.